Progressives and the Frisco kids. The most recent barrage of evidence coming out of San Francisco is that the anti-circ movements have their roots in the heirs of Goebbels. They've promoted a comic book with a Mohel character that incidentally his nose looks like mine and his eyes look like mine. Apparently, the artist must have been watching one of my videos on circumcision. But at the core of this lies a very, very basic flaw in understanding, which is the liberal mind, which is that the liberal mind produces thoughts and ideologies in order to fulfill that which the liberal mind wants. In order to promote the right of abortion, they had to create a constitutional right of privacy to one's body. That right of privacy is nowhere to be found in the Constitution and was declared to be implied. The implication actually defies any kind of logic, but is accepted as a canon of American law, even though in the process you take away the rights of the unborn child. So now the American mind has created the right of the child, child's rights. What does a child know? Nothing. So who protects the right of the child? The state. So instead of parents, the state have taken over as taking care of the child. What you have is a series of laws which prevent parents from exercising their rights and obligations as parents. In fact, the child can sue parents for spanking them, for paddling them. Now, we understand that if there's excessive injury, that this has to be stopped, and we have an obligation to prevent injury to a minor. But a child that misbehaves, the parent has got every right to spank that child. There are judges who disagree. There was just a judge who told the mother, you've got no right to spank your child. And so we create a series of rights that have no basis in the Constitution, no basis in logic. Parents have an obligation to direct their children and to raise them as they see fit. It is a society that has to intervene when this directly affects the life of the child. Clearly what you have is a society that will now tell parents what it is they're allowed to teach their children. And in fact, a parent who does not believe in evolution will be told by people in San Francisco that you have no right to be a parent. We will educate the child as we understand. And that's what lies at the core of the altruists who support the anti-circumcision ban. They've created rights that are non-existent and taken away the most fundamental rights of parents to protect and to raise their child as they see fit. I mean, nobody asks me if I'm giving my child inoculations. That's my responsibility, and it's my choice. It's nobody else's business. And the same thing is true with circumcision. This is my belief, my divine belief, and no one has a right to take that away from me. This also flies in the face of mounds of evidence that circumcision is actually beneficial. But just like Holocaust deniers, they rewrite history. Every time that there's a research that proves that circumcision brings benefits to people, they will rewrite that research because they have to. It has nothing to do with science. It has everything to do with the most vulgar and banal passions and desires of the individuals, not to be told what they have to do, because they know best, and they will fornicate where they want, with whom they want, at any time they want, and don't you dare say anything to them. So therefore, there's no such thing as modesty, no such thing as sexual responsibility. There's only abortion, gay rights, Twinkies' defense, and a ban on circumcision. And by the way, perhaps I should sue the comic book Foreskin Man for infringing upon myself, for using me as the poster boy for their mohel. And I have to say this, I have never circumcised a child, but I will welcome the opportunity to be there at any circumcision that you invite me to.